shop, and they are making more money than some of us who have products, who have shops, who have things to sell. You know why? They are too confident of themselves. So they ask them, can you deliver this? They will tell you everything and anything. And you will find it difficult to doubt them. You that you have everything, you are still blaming God, I need customer. Meanwhile, they have sold to 20 customers in a day. Just because they are too confident of what they can deliver. Even though they don't have anything to deliver. So that's what produces success. People only follow trusted leaders. And confidence is a building block for trust. Confidence is a building block for trust. Just like every other good quality, self-confidence can be learned and built upon. So if you think you don't have it, you can build it. You can build it. I tell you, you can build it. One of the things you do, just wake up and begin to tell yourself, I am bigger than this. I am better than this. You can build it. Don't think because you were not brought up in a particular way to have it. There are some of us, we have gone through terrible things in life. And I understand that your experiences in the past, you have been talked down. You have been ridiculed at different levels. Until you feel that you don't have what it takes to produce confidence. There are so many of us in life, they have killed what represents confidence in you. Because they've talked down on you, they've ridiculed you, they've messed you up. How many of us have heard the story of this woman of God, Joyce Meyer? How many of us know her story? You know her story. You need to understand some people's story. So you know that if you tell your own story is nothing compared to their own story. This is somebody who has been messed up by all levels. Not just messed up by men, but messed up by our own father. But you know what our story is today. Amazing, powerful. If you watch her talk, you will never believe that she had gone through that before. So level of confidence can show in many ways. Your behaviors, your body language. If you are confident, we will know. Because of the way you carry yourself. I say to myself, I say to women, you know, when I look at some women sometimes, I look at the way they walk and I'm like, what kind of a thing is this? Because you don't have something, does that mean you should be so loose and careless? Come on, carry yourself with confidence. Every man is looking for somebody who has something to produce, something to offer. Don't just think because I lost my father, I lost my mother, and so what? So your body language, very important. How to speak, how you speak, very important. How you speak, very important. I understand that temperament may fall into place because they are always quiet person. But there are times that quietness should be ignored. When you need to speak, you speak. You say, it's so humble and gentle. When you are supposed to speak up. How you speak, what you say, and so on. So now, let us look at some of the traits of a self-confident person. See, all the things that we're doing here are the things that you need in life. The things that you will require to succeed in life. When you pray, when you fast, when you study the scripture, when you do all of these things, this is one of the things that your prayers and your fasting and your studying of the scriptures should produce for you. To be confident of yourself. Someone may be thinking maybe this is pride and all of it. You know, last week I told you about service, and I told you about 3 levels. I told you about service to God, service to man. When you talk about service to man, you talk about community development. When you go to a neighborhood and you say you want to share foods and all of this, you help them. You are you're providing service to men. And there's another level that some of us are missing out, which is service to self. You need to pay attention to yourself. You need to take care of yourself. That's what I'm saying. When you need to eat good food, you eat good food. When you need to wear good clothes, don't say because something has gone wrong with you in the past, you are supposed to dress well, you are not dressing well. You need to learn to serve yourself. That's what I'm saying. It's very important. Traits of self-confidence. Doing what you believe to be right. Doing what you believe to be right. What you have conviction for. Even if others mock or criticize you for it. What you think and you convince is right. You're being able to do it. The reason why some of us have never done any good, great things in life is because you are always afraid of what people will say. You are afraid people will criticize me. People will mock me. They'll make mockery of me. They make jest of me. See, can you imagine? View. Not making sense. That's why. So how do you know you believe? It's what no one will call you what you are follow. I felt like what an arrogance. What a pride. The day he came out and introduced himself, I said, I'm one of the highest paid speaker in the whole of Africa. I said, what arrant pride is this statement? How dare you say this? Can I shock you? That's the reality today. It was not. At that time. How do I know? Because now he organized conferences, he organized meetings, and the last one we organized, the cheapest to access the hall was 750,000 naira. You think it's a joke? You think it's not possible? Huh? Because I was there. And it's not, I'm not talking about a room of 5 people. I'm talking about a big hall in one of the most expensive events halls in Nigeria. You know, a hotel. One of the most expensive. Big space, almost filled up. 750K to enter the hall. And people were there. Many years ago, I am one of the most, I'm the highest paid speaker. That's what this confidence things we're talking about is all about. You don't just say things because you think somebody is not recognizing you. Doing what you believe to be right, even if others mock and criticize you for it. Because sometimes you do things. You know, one of the things I've discovered about life is that, and that's why it's dangerous for you to hang around people who are not thinking big enough. I've taught us this. One of the things I mentioned is that for you to think big, plan big. When you stay around people who think the best you should achieve in life is just to live in a room and a parlor self-contained. That's the best. The day you announce to the person that, you know what, I'm thinking of moving into a duplex. What do you think that person should think about? It will look at you as if you are full of yourself. You are arrogant. So being willing, the second one, being willing to take risk and go the extra mile to achieve better things. Go extra mile. That's one of the things that helps you to have self-confidence. Admitting your mistake and learning from them. When you fall and you make mistake, you admit that you have made mistake, and then you learn from them and you make positive moves to to go forward. One of the things you have to understand is falling is part of growth. Failing is part of success. You cannot truly define success if you have not considered failure. Some of us are afraid of failing, and that's why you are not experiencing true success. So you need to learn that in life, willingness or admitting your mistake and learn from them, and willingness to try against and gain until it goes such and so. So that's the number 3 now, admitting your mistakes and learning from them. Admitting your mistake. So when you make mistake, admit and then learn from them, and you make progress. You bought products and you expected those products to sell, and they did not sell as you expected, then you move on. That does not mean that you should not sell anything again. I tried that business, it failed, and that means I cannot do business. You have not started. You have not what? You have not started. You do business, you will fail, you will rise, you will fail, you will rise. There's something that is called tipping point. Tipping point is you push, if I push this pulpit and leave it, it will come back. Push it, it comes back. Push it, leave it, it comes back. There's a point it gets to, it never comes back. That's the tipping point. So because you did that business and it did not work, does not mean that you should not do it again until it works. I was listening to my pastor some years ago, Pastor Reverend Sam, and then he said, everybody looks at me and say, I'm a genius. But they never knew that I've tried several things that never worked. But one that worked, everybody comes to say, this man, you have sense. But they didn't know that so many things have been tried that did not work. And I'm aware of what he was talking about. So willingness to try against and again until goals are achieved. Keep trying it. Keep trying it. Keep trying it until your goals is achieved. Allowing others to praise your accomplishment. Traits of self-confidence. Allowing others to praise your accomplishment. Allowing others to praise your accomplishment. It is not pride, because you have to understand how to differentiate between arrogance, pride, and this issue we're talking about. Some of us, you need to get to that point where I've met with people at different levels. And what I mean, I'm talking to people, I'm not talking about people who are just down there. I'm not talking about people who have nothing, who don't know anything. I'm talking about people, to an extent, they are high achievers. People are up there. And so sometimes when we meet,